I woke to breathing that did not belong to me. It came from under my bed, slow and wet, like something was learning how lungs worked for the very first time. And when a voice whispered my name, I understood I was no longer alone. I live in a small apartment at the edge of the city, the kind where the walls are thin and the pipes complain all night. At first, I blamed the sounds on that, blamed the neighbors. I blamed stress. I told myself every fear has a reason and every noise has a source. That belief kept me calm, right up until the breathing began to match my own. Atisa, it started the same way. I'd lie in the dark, listening to the room settle. The clock would click, the refrigerator would hum. Then, beneath me, the mattress would dip slightly, as if the floor itself sighed. Air would move under the bed, in and out, slow, patient. I never looked. Looking felt like giving it permission. Days passed, slept less. Shadows seemed to grow thicker near the floor. Dust under the bed shifted whenever I entered the room. My cat, she refused to come inside anymore. She'd just sit in the hallway, staring at my door with her ears flat and her tail low. One night, I heard scratching, fingernails, or maybe something harder, dragging across the wood beneath me. The sound traveled back and forth, like it was measuring something. I held my breath. The scratching stopped, but the breathing continued. I started sleeping with the light on. It didn't stop. It just learned the rhythm of the room, waiting for me to start drifting off before growing louder. Sometimes it felt like warm air brushed my ankle. Sometimes the mattress pressed upward, as if something was pushing from below. I searched online for answers. Sleep paralysis, stress hallucinations, old buildings, tea, but none of that explained the smell. A damp, rotting scent, like soil, turned over after a heavy rain. It lingered in the mornings. It clung to my sheets. On the seventh night, the breathing paused. The silence was so complete, my ears rang. Then, something shifted under the bed. Something stretched. Bones popped softly. Hand slid out into the light. The skin was pale and tight. The fingers were too long. Stis rested on the floor, as if they were testing gravity. I couldn't move, but I couldn't scream. The hand slowly withdrew, and the breathing returned. Deeper now. Closer. I whispered for it to go away. The words felt so small. That was when it spoke. Head's voice came from everywhere under the bed, inside my head. It sounded dry, like paper rubbed together. It said, "Thank you for not looking." Said, "Most people look." I asked what it was. The mattress sank, as if it smiled. It said it was tired of the dark. It said it had learned my shape by listening. It said it wore my dreams when I slept. It told me the space under the bed wasn't always empty, that it remembered when it was full of children hiding from storms. The air grew cold. My breath fogged. I felt fingers curl around the bed frame, just inches from my face. It said it couldn't leave until it was invited. It said names matter. It had many names once, but it had lost them all. It wanted mine. I shook my head. Tears slid into my ears. The hand tapped the floor. Once, twice. The tapping matched my heartbeat. It told me I was already giving myself away. Every night I listened. Every night I stayed. Fear fed it. Attention shaped it. It said I had made it real. The mattress pressed down harder. I felt weight settle, like a body was climbing up. The breathing moved to my neck. I smelled soil and something sweet, like decay. I screamed and rolled off the bed, hitting the light switch as I fell. The darkness swallowed the room. Something moved fast beneath me. The floor vibrated. I ran for the door, but it slammed shut. From under the bed, it laughed. A sound like dirt poured from a bucket. It said, "Do not leave." It said the bed was safer. The room was hollow now, and it needed a place to stand. I felt hands on my ankles. They pulled. I kicked and scraped. my nails tearing at the wood floor. The bed frame groaned. The space under the bed stretched wider than it should, deeper, endless. I grabbed the lamp and smashed it downward. The bulb burst. Light flared for a second, and I saw it. It was folded wrong, limbs bent back on themselves, a face pressed flat against the floor with eyes that reflected nothing. Its mouth opened sideways and spoke my name again. The light died. Tia. I don't remember escaping. I woke up in the hallway with my door wide open and the room quiet. Some morning light filled the space. The bed stood still. The air smelled clean. I moved out that day. Weeks passed. I slept better. I laughed again. Tell anyone. Fear fades when it's shared, and I didn't want it thinner. I wanted it gone. Last night, in my new place, I lay down and felt the mattress dip. Not much, just enough. From beneath the bed, a familiar voice whispered that it had followed the sound of my breathing. It thanked me for the name. It said it could stand now. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more. Thanks for listening.